Alright, Project Nebulon tutorial, let's go. So, this tutorial split into 3 sections: basics, roles, and tactics. We're going over basics first. When opening roles, there are 6 roles in total. Click them to choose one. 2 of them are important roles, only for one person. There's a remove button if you want to remove someone from the role. This is a map of the role seats. These are the health bars of autocracy and democracy, respectively. Health and shield are the 2 phases the ships can go through. Both are hurt when their ship is hit, while health can only decrease, set maximum, and can be damaged with the modules. Shields can regenerate. Maximum is based on the shield power that the NG gives it, and it protects modules as well as health. There are 3 modules: the engine system, shield generator, and reactor. The engine and shield modules keep their systems functional, while the reactor, when destroyed, slows down weapons massively, and health is slowly lost even if all shields regenerate. Here are all the module locations for each ship. Moving on to roles. These are the turret type roles. The turret type roles are here to click and shoot. Heavy and ion weapons are best used against the enemy's large ship, and point defense is faster firing meant to shoot down enemy pilots instead. Point defense has range anywhere on their side of the ship, as do democracy's turbo lasers. Autocracy's turbo lasers only cover the top side of the ship. Ion weapons have the narrowest range, which need the captain to be careful when steering. You can split pilots into 2 roles, bombers and fighters. I know about the higher level unlocks, but they're not worth mentioning. Fighters are defensive, bombers are offensive. Fighters are faster at everything, bombers are slower at everything. Fighters have weak shots meant for other pilots, and bombers have strong bombs for the main ships. The captain steers the ship, and is the main reason the turrets and engineer, to an extent, can do anything. Despite what people in pubs might think, the captain's not in command, they're just an important teammate, the one steering the ship. You steer with these green sliders. The transparent bit is the actual influence on the ship. You might need to overshoot. 4 sliders in total: throttle, roll, elevator, and the rudder. Throttle controls the actual movement of the ship, while the rest control the rotation. The engineer has control over the power going to shields, weapons, and engines. These 3 bars are used to change it. You have a max of 180 power and can distribute it however you want. Don't forget that you need to reduce your power use if you want to put it somewhere else. If you wanted to learn about mechanics, then that's that. You can go ahead and play the game if you want, or just don't. Tactics are up ahead. Cycling is a tactic for best using the pilot's cooldown time. When you get shot down as a pilot, switch to another role, any of the guns typically, unless you're playing today's Nebulon. Keep track of cooldown so you know when best to switch back. This is a kind of try-hard strategy, but I just do it because I'm bored. Hear me out. Yep, I'm being serious. As a captain, you have 2 things you want to do: point the cannons at the enemy, and try not to get hit by theirs. Even if the physics in this game are really weird, not being able to move where something already is still consistent. Thinking about that, you can stop the enemy from shooting you entirely by physically blocking it from aiming. Typically, you want to fight the autocracy ship with this, because its cannons are only on one side. Against the democracy ship, you can still be shot, but only by about half the cannons. Cover's pretty self-explanatory. You pick a module, typically the reactor, and you block modules with the environment. I've never really used this one, but it could probably be pretty good. Throttling is a pretty simple tactic for the captain and engineer. Just set shield power to 180 all the way up, and let the enemy come to you. Typically you want to do this before taking damage, but if you're hit before then, you can simply take out the power and cut your losses. Shield draining is a strategy based on how shields work in Nebulon, specifically with NG power. Shield power affects max shield and shield regen, so some of it stops being needed while you're actively getting hurt. Since you don't need this power, you can take it and put it somewhere else. You can use the stat sheets or look at the health bars. Alright, it's retrospective time. I really like this game. It's really fun. A big part of why it seems to have died is the fact that you need just a lot of people to enjoy the game. You don't really have a lot to work with otherwise. Something I thought of to fix this would be to have someone be completely in control of the turbo lasers, and then maybe another person in control of the ion cannons. Thinking about the XP system in this game now is a bit mind-boggling. Last I heard, the captain and engineer get 1% of every other person's XP. That's not a lot. At max, you're going to be playing with 29 other players. That's 29% of the average person's XP. Then, you have pilot, which, 300 XP per bomb. Yeah, it's kind of, really strong, especially the twin and quad bombers. Those threw the balance off so much. You had one person who could do the job of 4 pilots. I didn't want to use those things, but I guess if other people wanted to, then I'm surprised I got to level 80. Playing NG a lot was not helping that at all. I guess I played a bit of pilot after the game got really dead. With the game being all dead, had to take what you could get, I guess. Whenever people would actually pop on the game for once, I'd hop in, why not? Have a little friendly spar or something. We might have a little ship battle. But this game is clearly just not designed for 1v1ing. Having to alternate between several different roles. Have to switch between a bunch of different roles just to actually get anything done. And then, if whoever sets the shield to 180, you kind of just can't use pilots anymore. Unless you're using a fighter. I don't know why you do that, though. I wish more people liked this game. It's honestly got a lot of potential. Just, I get it. It wasn't fun for a lot of people. Hard to get into. I hope there's a market, though.